Today in this image I'll be talking about three things: the thing itself, time, and focus. To start off with, the thing itself. The thing itself would be the mountains and the desert and the horses tied up to the carriage. I mean, that photographer was just really trying to take a picture of nature, the moment in time as he cruised by. I mean, there's many things that we can describe this picture of, but as we really take a look at it, the thing itself just makes it seem as a day and time at the desert, the beauty of nature, which brings me to time. I believe that this image is a decisive moment, which a lot of people disagree and say it's still time. But I believe this is a decisive moment because of the horses. If we focus on the horses, as you can see, there's not one blur in their legs and the carriage. I mean, it seems like they stood still for a split second or until the image was taken. It's obvious that the mountains and the sand are not going to move, but the horses are, eventually, because they're animals. They have to run, they have to walk, they feel like they need to be free, they have to run wild, which that's why I believe this is a decisive moment. It's a moment that the photographer said either it's now or never, which, because of the decisive moment, it became a great picture with great detail that you can see in every bit of this picture. Which brings me to my last point, the focus point. I believe this is a large depth of field, and that is because you can see every single detail in this photography. Like I said before, the horses, it didn't seem like they moved one bit. And if you looked underneath them, you can see their shadows reflected to the sand, and even the carriage, the mountains in the background. Every little detail, you can see the reflection of the sun on top of the mountains, the line that it reflects and shows where the bump goes. You can also see on the side of the mountains two little dots, which could be either more grass or other passengers, but because of distance you can't tell, but you can see two dots reflecting something. You can also see the footprints of maybe of the photographer, of where he walked to get level, to make sure he got the best picture. You can also see the trace of the carriage, of probably how the photographer placed it and exactly where he wanted to, because he could probably either put it on the other side or in the center, but eventually he probably wanted it there. He must have had his reason, like I said, probably to not contradict the whole image and show more of the mountains and still have something, some sort of subject in the picture to make them combine, which I think that was a great idea because it kind of puts the components together and it shows the beauty of nature and how even though you have a subject in there, it doesn't take away from the beauty of your focal point, which would probably be the mountains.